it used to be you get started in a song and you wanted to knock that thing out, and an album's done in a month or two. Now it's nothing to take a year or two for one song because it just doesn't matter.
Right.
So it's so it's a substantially different lifestyle. Okay, and again, not to bring up millennials again, I don't know how they hustle so hard for so little. Like, it's amazing. Like, I'll talk to millennial musicians. They'll be extremely excited that they made $600 on Spotify that month, right? And I'm like, but dude, like,
whoa,
like that means you need 3 jobs. You live in New York. Like, how are you paying rent, right?
They share a closet.
And in order to get that $600, they had to be complete geniuses on Instagram and Twitter and maybe Facebook still. But they had to and Snapchat, and they're probably putting in 80 hours a week. Making social media posts to drive traffic to free music to get a fraction of a royalty.
It's amazing because people like the platform they have, they could actually make a lot of money off of it. When I, at least being in, not technically in the field, but after studying what I studied, it's like people could make a lot of money for the amount of followers they have, but they're all broke. They all have 17 roommates and 1 bedroom, and they sleep in bunk beds. And they're like, oh, but I have 100,000 followers. And I'm like, but you could easily have made $5,000 off of a post, but you didn't know.
I think the concept of living off of a singular thing has changed a lot now, though. The very idea that we should be able to survive on only doing one thing is almost offensive to people now.
Yeah.
And that
I totally agree.
It's the gig economy.
Especially now, right? People who have paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for 2 degrees, not one, but a double major leading to 2 degrees in an undergraduate, et cetera, et cetera.
And that's scary to me because, like I said, I really think the bar is so high. I mean, we literally are the money for nothing, chicks for free generation, and neither of those things are true for kids under 30 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so the irony,
but they have tube porn, so that's fine.
But they have tube porn, so they don't need that, which is free.
Yeah, nobody's making money in porn either, I don't think.
Nope.
People have private Snapchats now.
Yeah, I can envision, just off the top of my head, I can envision a bot running a server that pays people $1,000 to send a 10-minute porn video in. It's just them and their girlfriend, and there's no human beings connected at all except for the suckers.
Yeah, there was
actually, you might have just invented something very profitable.
There was a girl.
We should talk about that later.
There was a girl a couple of years ago on YouTube. She was just she would release her porn when she hits 1 million subscribers. She's dating Adam22 now, and I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Wait, is that Sham 69 or whatever that guy is?
Adam 22.
Hakatoshi 69?
I don't even. He's music. I don't really know what he does. I don't follow him, but I remember that was a big thing where everyone was like, whoa, this girl's releasing her porn when she hits 1 million. Why? That's so little to do to release something so major.
Really. It's really easy to hit.
She's a genius because the minute you have 1 million followers, you do influencer marketing, right?
Yeah, she capitalized off it.
And hundreds of dollars per
dude, but
post.
The competition on influencer marketing is pretty rough, man. So many of the brands just want to give people free shit because there are a lot of high school girls that have a shitload of followers that are willing to do things for just free shit.
Yeah.
Those are called groupies.
I thought the influencer thing was actually pretty lucrative, but I guess I'm wrong.
It's not anymore.
It's gone, man. Yeah. Now it's just overregulated. It used to be you've got 12,000 Twitter followers. That's great. We'll give you such amount of money for a post. And now it's well, let's check your engagement and this and how's this. And then you have to, then they negotiate, well, so-and-so's got this engagement and this many followers for this engagement and this click-through rate. And they're willing to do this for a free bottle of water.
Yeah.
Right? Shit.
And the difference now, the difference of the influencers today to what they were when they were first influential is the difference between Paris Hilton before and after jail. It's just a different person, and they've had experiences. Yeah,
it's crazy. Also, because you can buy followers now; it's so easy. So people actually don't have the engagement that it looks like they should have. And here, at least I don't know if in the States you can still see people's numbers on their pictures or stuff like that, but at least here in Canada, you can't.
They got rid of that. They were talking about it here, and they were testing it out.
Apparently, it's still being tested here, I think. But you can't unless you're the actual owner of the page, you can't. No one can see how many likes you got on a picture, which is fine because when you're sending it to your whoever is sponsoring you or stuff like that, you have to send them like all your information.
Right, you have to send them analytics anyway, right? So yeah.
But like where I interned for a little bit, like they have a backend server that can see everything, like everyone's engagement on every page and all of that stuff. And it was just weird to see that people who have like millions and millions of followers have like 0.1 like likes. And I'm like, wow, okay. And they have this lavish lifestyle. And it's like, I probably have a higher engagement rate with a lower follower count. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
They like, yeah, they'll do anything for like $200.
Well, hell, there's girls downtown who will do anything for $200 too, you know?
Yeah, but these girls will post it on Instagram.
That's a great analogy, right? Like, I think pretty much everybody now is basically treated like they're a street hooker.
Yeah.
And not a good street hooker, like, you know, a $5 hand job.
It's not that it's now. It's just become more transparent now. That's all.
Like, unless
You
you're
guys are
like,
really bumming me out. I had these like dreams of, you know, putting out podcasts and Instagram.
well, no,
shit
podcasts are different. Like podcasts do get,
Earl's been putting out for
Podcasts are a
years.
network, so you sign
Yeah.
up with an agency and they'll fill your ad rate.
but like,
But
if,
I don't think they're great CPMs. I don't think it's, you know.
It is huge. The CPMs are great. So in the States, they're
Yeah.
getting like $50 per 1,000 downloads
That's
for a
fantastic.
podcast,
That's great.
which compared to any other medium is like way, way up
Yeah.
there. I don't know how
That's
long it'll
fantastic.
last, mind you. And they're paying, the sad thing is famous hosts who bring massive followings with them are getting insane paychecks for doing pod. So Conan, who does that, what's it called? What's Conan's? It's something lonely.
Talk Chatter.
Conan needs a friend or something,
He used to
which
do
is
the
not
other
bad.
one, though. There was the older one that he did, the Jibber Jabber. That was a really good one.
He just signed a 7-figure contract to host a podcast.
He deserves it.
Yeah, he's good. It's a good. It's a good
it's
show.
also Conan. So.
Right, it's Conan, and he brings with him
That's
X
great, but
million
that's a
people.
good sign.
but-
That clearly means they're
Yeah.
either monetizing it now or intend to at that level.
Yeah, I actually had one guy write in and tell me he'd pay me $25 if I'd stop.
To another dimension. Pay close attention.
Today's show is brought to you by Ritalin. The more you take, the less you care. And by the letters P, T, S, N, D, and the number pi.
Hey, so don't forget to also check out the What Were We Thinking podcast, where Earl, McDowell, Kayla, and I rip it up on all sorts of issues. It's another fun podcast to listen to. Check it out. All right. Now, as usual, please do check out my artist profile on Spotify. Follow and let me know what you think. I look forward to hanging out with you again. Love you guys.